took a lot for me to not want to do things that I know would put me in jail. Gave me maybe another year with them trying to raise my child again. I didn't do that. The world eating your ass alive because, see, I didn't even come to Facebook first. What it was time to do was to get out there in that field and let me, my son, and his dad have that one moment.
Unfiltered. So today, guys, we are moving into a little family politics. And I need to know what y'all think because I have been sick for almost a week now. And you know what happens when you're sick. You get to scrolling. And when you get to scrolling, the algorithm will send you things you are not even looking for. So I came across this one thing, guys, and it made me uncomfortable. I was like, listen, I got to share this with the family. So I saw this article on the North Carolina beat. Now, it said that family drama happened during a senior night of this young boy. And I was like, what kind of family drama? Let me go check. So apparently, a stepmom walked alongside her son and the mom and the dad on the field. It seemed like some type of football honorary thing. Well, I don't know. So here we have the stepmom, Morgan Price, and her stepson on the left. On the right side, we have the biological mom, whose name is Gia Hazel, I believe, and her son. Nothing unusual, nothing really crazy, right? Now let's watch them walk the field.
Four-year university to study construction management. And again, he has too many memories to pick anyone out. Up next, we have number 21, Jacarion Price. Gia Hazel and Morgan Price. He plans to attend college major in electrical engineering. Favorite members of high school are taking the field with the guys each Friday night.
Let me play it again. The dad is talking to the stepmom. This looks uncomfortable as hell, guys. He talking to the stepmom. And this is supposed to be the boy's happy moment. Look at him. The dad is walking. Look at the dad, like he's not even part of the family. Like he's planning an escape route or something. Look at him. Guys, as you know, there's always two sides to every story. So this is a message from, the stepmom, Morgan Price, right after she saw that clip on Facebook. Everyone that knows exactly how and why we gained custody of my son. If it wasn't for us, you would have never had a chance to be his mom. We allowed that to happen. Girl, you could never belittle me as a mother because I am here, period. Been here since he was 7 and even more here now that he is 17. He know who Big Mama is. Sometimes you gotta take it there. And this ain't even a half of what I really want to say. This is the stepmama, guys. So she came in hot when she saw this whole thing. And I was like, interesting. Because my initial reaction when I read this, I was like, ooh, girl, calm down now. Calm down. Know your place. But you know your girl. If I don't have the full information yet, I can't, I got to wait. So I start scrolling. Guys, I'm sick. I have nothing to do. So I started scrolling. And I saw what the people said. Now, the comments of the people, it kind of backfired. Because I thought the people would be on the biological mom side. And we're like, listen, just like that initial reaction that I had. But no. They were coming for the biological mom. Let me read to you what they said. Amara Dadon. I'm sorry, girl. I mean, you put it out there. I'm going to put it out there. What I get from looking at this mom's picture is she's lost custody due to drugs. Guys, if I tell you the internet is brutal, what I got from this video is that now that she got her life back together, she is trying to make up for lost times because she knows she hasn't been there as a mother. And everyone was trying to please mom to keep her from making a scene and ruining this moment entirely. She looks like the type to bring drama wherever she goes. Hence all the extra attention she was trying to bring to herself by walking and waving like she was on a pageant. And they were there for her. Also, for anyone saying he was holding on to his mom tightly is blind. His arm is just there, and mom is latched on to dear life. He also couldn't even look at the stepmom while telling her not today or whatever. And because he didn't mean it at all, he just knew he had to say or do whatever to keep his mom from doing the most on his day. They went in. Let me see what Ashanti got to say. Ashanti Graves. She says, how the F y'all gonna tell the stepmother, who has been the mother since he was 7, she shouldn't have walked? For one, she keeps saying her son wanted her too. For two, that's your problem. Y'all think just birding someone makes you a mom. You don't get to go enjoy life. Back burner your child, then pop back up at the big moments to try to get recognition. Being a mom is an everyday thing. Y'all bumped y'all damn head. She fed this boy, dressed him, helped dad raise him. Shit. To be honest, she probably helped him get ready that morning. Popping a kid out does not make you a mom. You're a woman with a kid. Anyway, congratulations to the young man. Ashanti. Okay, so let's look at one last one. Taylor Janae. One last one, guys, before we move on. So she says, the sweatshirt, the rose, the trophy, it all looked and feels more performative than anything. He didn't even want to walk alongside the stepmom. But she's more worried about the optics than his feelings. And for what? What is she attempting to prove? And to who? Seeing your mom is insanely delusional, inappropriate, and disrespectful. And again, for what? What were her intentions? And why does she selfishly put her feelings and desires over the child, the star of the show? It's like she took the attention away from him and placed it on herself. This will only cause more of a divide and resentment. Just ignorant, loud, inconsiderate, and extremely, extremely ignorant. Taylor. When I read all of that, I was like, okay, now we got to go a level deeper. So I went scrolling. But then I had a question. I was like, did I hear it correct that when the announcer called out their names, did he call out both their names, or was it the dad name and the biological mom's name? So I really put my ear, guys, because you know me. And I heard that he put both of the moms' names. Guys, listen to it carefully.
Yeah, John. Gia Hazel and Morgan Price. Gia Hazel and Morgan Price.
I might be wrong, but this is what I heard. So I was like, how is it possible that she's making a big fuss out of all of this, but the announcer called both their names? So if the school knew about them both being there, then she should have known they would both be there. So I was like, something ain't right. Let's dig a little deeper. Now I need a real explanation. So then I went to search for the mom, and I found her on Facebook, guys. And lo and behold, behold and lo, as Jessie Wu says, I found a whole life. Now she is explaining this whole situation from her side. Let's take a listen, guys.
Okay. So basically, I did make a post on my Facebook page that went viral. I did feel like that there was a problem on how the situation was handled between me and his father for my son's senior night, but not on my behalf. I called my kid's father on Wednesday. Senior night is on a Friday night. Me and my son's father tries to co-parent. He gets my son every other weekend and every other holiday, which is his side of the family is included with him. So stepmom, siblings, everybody, they are all included. No, we do not get along. There's been a lot of things going on between us in the years that's passed, personal about my son, where my son had to spend one school year and with his father. One school year, 6th grade year, my son attended school down in Pitt County. I did whatever I had to do to make sure that my son was right back where he wanted to be at. His father signed for it, and we still shared, as we always have shared, joint custody of our child. My son just decided to primarily be with his mom. So that's where he's been at since, again, first I'm at kindergarten, born, up until 6th grade. At 1 year, his dad sent him to school. There's nothing wrong with that. His dad is a father. I've always wanted my son to have a good relationship with his father like I've had. No woman should ever want to take that away from any child of theirs, or you're really delusional, you're bitter, you got a problem, because I ain't a bitter baby mama. I don't have a problem and never have had a problem with them attending any events. They've always attended events. I've never had a problem with them coming by. I never had a problem with them dropping drop off. I meet them in Wilson, whoever it is. I don't call to say, who is it going to be today? Like, we just do it for the sake of my child. That's what parents are supposed to do. When it came time for my son's senior night, I had to fill out a form at his school to explain what my son wanted to do after high school, what was his favorite moment in high school, and his mom and dad names to be announced at the game. Daddy never asked me like, oh, do you mind my wife walk on my arm or walk with us? Because don't get me wrong, my child likes his stepmom. That's nothing that I have never had a problem with. You're supposed to. I pray for that with every child in this world. But at the end of the day, that's still my child. The day of the game, I pull up to the game. I know that I get in for free. Mom and dad gets in for free. Before I could get there, my mom, calls me and just lets me know like she's already there. She just was looking for me. I wasn't there yet. I'm racing there. I done text the father earlier that day. Once again, nothing was mentioned about nobody wanting to walk with my child or attend and do this with us. None of this was ever mentioned. I don't know what influenced him to not say nothing to me, to not mention this to me. But when I got up to the gates to get into my son's game, all the teachers know me because I'm there. I go to his parent-teacher conferences. I have to take him. I have to fill out his paperwork. I got to sign his papers. I have to do everything. He does not stay in school district. So my son still wants to play football for the school he started at. My son has still been taken to the school for the past 3 years. We've stayed 20 minutes away from his school. I don't make my son change schools or nothing. I get to the game and I get up to the gates and the teacher's like, hey, ain't you John Mom? I was like, yeah, that's me. They're like, well, somebody already checked in for you as mom. So they looking all confused, scrolling up and down the paper. And I see the name in clear daylight written in pencil, Morgan Price. Yes, I had a problem with that. Yes, that was wrong. So I'm now still trying to get a benefit of the doubt to get down there to the field to go tell my baby daddy. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they still let me in for free. Thank you, Southeast. Got in for free, went on down there. Get down there, she's standing on the field with my flower in her hand. Y'all, we ain't even mentioned that yet. My flower, the rose they give to mom, in her hand. She didn't say, his mom might be on the way, hold on, or something like that, because the dad knew. Nothing. Daddy running past me to go to the bathroom. I tried to stop him like, hey, He's talking about I gotta go to the bathroom. He kept going like the person he's always been. I'm not calling nobody no names. I ain't trying to talk about nobody. I tried to already have a conversation right then with him about that, but he didn't want to do that. So I continued on about my business down to the field where I need to be at with my child. When I get down there, they have a checklist for the mom and dad that's walking with the child. It's a lot of people that got a co-parent, y'all. I get down there, it's thousands of people that got, thousands of people that got fucking step kids. They not on that field. They in the stands. They stepping back. They taking pictures. They waving for their babies just like we are. That's not your child. So when I see her standing there with my rose and all that by herself waiting for y'all, I walk up to the coach and I tell the coach myself, like, hey, it's about to be a problem. I'm not about to deal with this. This is my exact words. I was like, we have had issues. We got a court order. I don't even know why she's here. If I would have known about this, this could have been discussed before. It was a complete shocker for me. So as I'm doing this, obviously she's calling my kid's father to let him know or whatever. And then he's walking up and the coach is like asking my son right there, like, did you? My son was like, no, I want my mom and dad to walk. That's all he said. He just said, I just thought it was going to be my mom and dad. He didn't say I did not want her to come with my dad. He didn't say none of that. That's still his stepmom. I don't discredit that. I'm never going to discredit that. Never. Need you. The coach said, okay, let me talk to the dad. You and mom go over there and get in line. So when the dad got down there, the coach pulled the dad to the side, tried to explain to him, like, look, we ain't about to do this. We ain't about to have no scene. Y'all kind of popped up on us with this. The man... So I guess he was trying to discuss it with his wife and talk to the coach, but he's now going back and forth with the coach where they're already calling names. It's about to be our turn to come up now. So we about to walk. They call a name. She's still standing there with him. He's crying, boo-hoo crying, tears all the way down his eyes at my son's senior night in the track. That's why he wiped his face in the video. Y'all go back and look at it. Anyways, make a long story short, you're boo-hooing crying. You're acting like it's a big deal that we don't want your wife to walk with us or either whatever. So then once he's still like, man, why she can't walk with me? Why you got to be like this? The whole time they stood behind me and talked cash cold shit about me with my son on my arm. So not only did she do that, she walked back and forth, jumped side to side to try to get on my son's arm. In the beginning of the video, you see his father telling her like he ain't got to hold your hand or whatever. Yeah, I did say something. I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I meant what I said. That's my child. Another thing, it took a lot for me to not want to do things that I know would have put me in jail, gave me maybe another year with them trying to raise my child again. I didn't do that. The world eating your ass alive because, see, I didn't even come to Facebook first. I didn't post nothing. I didn't even tell them about how after they walk, all the things that happened. What it was time to do was to get out there in that field and let me, my son, and his dad have that one moment that we had been waiting for. But nah, you showed up with a senior mom shirt. That was about more of you feeling like you're special. And no matter what, he wants you to know you are special to him. You are always going to be special to him. But that's not how you do it. Worrying about yourself. You called my son's school. You called my son's school an hour away plus to add your name to get around because your last name was Christ like my son because you married to his daddy. And wanting to take a moment from him that he didn't want. He didn't want that. That's my child. And as the mama, I'm going to always respect and want to protect my child. Took a lot for me to try to cover up my tears, to try to cover up how I felt with my emotions. Yes, my son was whispering to me, Mom, it's okay, we good. Yes, he told them that she was doing too much on the field. Yes. But you know what? I had to walk proudly. That's why I walk like that. For everybody keep asking, I had to try to hold my head high and act like that shit was cool when it won't.
Now, to sum it all up, they took him in for like a year. So I'm wondering what happened that year, girl. I thought the stepmom would air that all out, but I could not find it. Guys, let me be very honest. The way she is speaking, it seems very sincere to me. This is my opinion. Me. Very sincere. So, you know what the thing is? I can sympathize with the stepmom too. You know, if you took care of someone's child for a long time, sacrificed a lot, then you're a little bit more deeper into it with your feelings, I think. However, this is my opinion, and it's going to be a very unpopular opinion. Listen, I feel like if you played such a profound role and are still playing such a profound role in this child's life, you don't need to prove yourself. Your whole presence there is enough. It comes naturally. If you would have stood at the side, taking pictures and on the sideline cheering him on, that energy would just transfer. You even heard the biological mom say he loves his stepmom and she's cool with it. So I don't think she wouldn't have a problem if he called her out later in that walk. And putting your name on there as the mom when you entered that senior night is dead wrong, girl. It is dead wrong. If you would have done some ish like that to me, well, you know, I'm going to keep it real classy there, but I would give my ex a eye that will give so much chills that he would have straightened this whole thing out right then and there. Because that's my next point. Where's the dad at in all of this? She put down the name. You already knew, this could be a potential red flag. Then you hear the mom. Now, we also heard the mom said that he said, you don't have to hold his hand. So you felt the energy already, Dad. So you already know. But men, chime in. Is this some kind of avoidance reaction that, you know, you don't want to cause trouble? Like what? I miss leadership here. This is your son. This is supposed to be their moment. And listen, even if the mom didn't do the best she could, it's still her child. But we can't look over the fact that the stepmom played a very huge role in the boy's life too. So I think she should really be there. She has to be there in the pictures and everything. But know your place. Or am I wrong, guys? Put it in the comments. So she did the whole life. And I was just like, this is a matter of moments before the stepmom will come out with something. Of course, she did. Now, this is what the stepmom had to say after that. 6 years straight, you didn't buy a stitch of back-to-school clothing, make a doctor's appointment, go to any award days, attend an open house, told them you were coming to the 6th grade open house and didn't show up, attend a parent-teacher conference, call out of work because your son was sick, nurse your son back to good health, help with homework, help with school projects, cook dinner, discipline, say nighttime prayers, pay for a field trip, go on a field trip, enroll him into rec ball, take him to church, place him in therapy, take him to the barbershop, teach him morals, take him to practice and games. And I could go on and on. I did all of that. But I'm the sad stepmom wearing a senior mom shirt for no reason. Yeah, okay. She is not having it. And if I hear this list that this woman does, and this is really true, then she put in some work for this baby. Yes, you have an absolute right to walk with him. You should have discussed this beforehand. Like, would you be okay with it if I walk too? I had such a big role in his life too. I would love to walk the field. And then just listen what they got to say. It is what it is, girl. Now that you put on this list, I have a little bit of empathy for you. I got to say. Let's look at some of the comments the people put towards the stepmom. So Adalia, she says, the boy looked very uncomfortable. You were walking ahead of them all. Dad fell back to be honest, it looked like y'all let egos take more precedence over what the actual day was supposed to be for. Just my observation. Then the stepmom got in and she said, well, baby, your observation is wrong. And yes, he was uncomfortable from his mama pulling on him from being extra. But what you think don't matter anyway. Whoo, this woman is feisty. A stepmom like this, she's feisty. Then, a Luffy says, maybe y'all are both in the wrong and need to admit it. Don't know the situation, but I'm sure as a senior, he just wanted this moment and not to hear you two bicker. Y'all going back and forth about who's the better mom when it's her child? It's crazy to me. Y'all need to communicate and talk more on the topic instead of coming to social media about it. Because one thing the social media is going to do is put their input in so you can be mad when everybody's not siding with you, miss. Then the stepmom came back again. I'm not mad, baby. Everyone has their own opinions, and I never said a mumbling word to her. You have no idea what we were dealing with here. I promise you, you don't know the half. I spoke with my son prior to this. He wanted me to walk and knew I was walking. But that's neither here nor there. Now, guys, tell me what you think. Whose side are you on? Do you think the biological mom was right, or are you siding more with the stepmom? How would you have handled this situation? This is real life, guys, and we see this a lot within families. Should this man have done more, or am I wrong about that? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully, then I will be better and back to my normal self again with a normal voice, guys. Pray for me. See you in the next one, fam. Peace.